Choo choo, motherfuckers, and welcome all of you back to part 3 of the top 10 worst DSP gaming moments of 2022. I've literally opened this up, and literally Phil is just angry and pathetic. Somehow even more than I've ever known him before. And we're just starting this. So, part 3, and again, I had no other ways of opening this up and just saying, let's get straight down to it. But yeah, Phil is just being pathetic, and you know what, if I honestly wanted to know whether or not I could ever possibly do one of these sorts of cool effects that Secret Limited does. I mean, I absolutely could, and maybe if I reached out to him, then we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, damn it, Phil.
Phil,
really,
you need to
really,
chill
Phil?
out. Relax and enjoy number 9.
Okay, here we go.
My wife is a beautiful person.
Oh,
she's a very fun person. She's very funny, actually. And I love spending time with her off the streams.
By the way, I am real. Just for all the
Yes.
people who think I don't exist, I am real. But I don't think I need to say that, but I'll say it anyway.
Last night, I'm relaxing with my wife downstairs. Likely Cat is downstairs probably playing some Horizon because tomorrow we'll both be playing Elden Ring. So my wife is playing this too, and she was playing this DLC. My wife is playing on a PS4 downstairs, her PS4 Pro. Like I said, my wife has to work. My wife doesn't just sit at home all day.
Okay.
Yeah, we ordered some pizza from a place that does this pan style pizza, and I actually made us a pizza. We actually ordered pizza. If you ever acted like normal people, maybe my wife will come back on a stream. We have a beautiful private life together that we keep private
Really?
on
Is that
purpose,
it, Phil?
so that way people can't.
Is it me, or am I getting the impression Kat looks extremely unhappy? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the sunken eyes. I don't know if it's the just the nonchalant face expression. But Kat looks tired, or just tired in general.
Mess with us
Something's
in
not
regards to
quite
that.
right here. Is that Kat? What? Wait, what the hell? What happened?
Kit Kat Chunky.
That's mean. That's so mean. What?
There has been a cat sighting in the wild.
Cat got huge.
Cat sighting.
Jesus, what the fuck happened to Cat?
All that DoorDash and not going to the gym because I don't have any money to pay for your gym membership.
But as the time went, it seems like the tide kind of turned, and everyone agrees now that is Cat.
Things with certain facial features, I think line up really well. Things like the bridge of the nose, I think is the one that really stood out to me. Going into the nose.
Cat looks like she's fucking ate too many potatoes and Jesus.
Sounds like she's just on her ass all day at this point.
How has this happened? Look at Jesus, look at this. That's all neck. This is neck and that's neck. That's the chin's here. The neck's that's what the fuck happened to Cat?
The picture was actually apparently taken in 2021. And that's what she looks like then.
Right.
How much bigger has she gotten?
One question I had was, why the hell did it take so long for this thing to come up?
You guys can see the evolution from 2017. Alright, not a bad looking face. 2018, yeah. 2019. Oh, she's trying to smile, trying to cover up the fact that her cheeks are rounder. And then 2021. What the?
But then when you do look at the wedding photo and that one together, you can see the kind of jump to me, the jawline and stuff.
This was over a year ago. This was taking this picture. Imagine the fucking size of him now. Especially her. We've seen her obviously fucking every day. Imagine the size of her now.
some guy I know on Discord, we were randomly talking about DSP. He's like, yeah, I took this picture of him, like, and it looked like that dude worked at the gas station. From the angle that it was taken at, it was like he was coming out of like a thing that like an employees only thing. Like if you look at the angle from where the picture was taken, right?
This photo was taken the day he got departnered. On that day, he was wearing that same shirt.
Oh. Really?
When stationary, negative 75% damage. That's really bad. Hateful slurs or symbols. I didn't do a hateful slur or symbol. It never happened.
Yeah, it's going great when a photo from last year on the day of the departnering surface, and that's the only photo we have.
That is a lot of DoorDash.
Jasper is the second in the line. Jasper gets the best food. Why are you giving that cat sliced chicken and your wife has to eat Burger King?
How we know it's definitely Cat is Phil has dropped the ignore it ops. Ignore it ops mean whatever he's talking about is 100% true. That's just that it goes from throughout Phil history. When he says ignore it, that means it's true.
Kyle Denson did a super chat, and now he's talking about troll drama. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. I'll never care. Stop wasting my time with it. All right? I really just don't give two shits about it, and I'm not going to ignore it. Thank you. Nobody cared. Nobody should care. That's how you handle that shit. You just ignore it. Ignore morons on the internet. They don't exist. They're fucking waste of life, so I don't care what they're doing. Okay.
Phil, it's the most awkward relationship ever, at least from Phil's side. We haven't seen Cat for years now.
Cat really let herself go. I mean, like, you're dealing with the most insufferable man on fucking Earth here.
I was finna rescue that bitch.
True.
My sister's face is beautiful, but she doesn't know how to fucking do makeup. Like, she don't know how to do eyeliner. And, like, you can just tell that because of the way she eats, whatever her diet is, she has so much like inflammation. Like, her cheeks are so puffy and nasty looking. I'm sorry, that's my sister, but me and my sister, we both have high functioning autism, Asperger's. She gets taken to a home with the perfect conditions for her, plenty of love, plenty of compassion, and she ends up marrying a child. No, like, dead ass. Her and I were best friends growing up. We got separated. I don't know what the fuck happened to her.
Jesus, and that's your sister talking there, Cat. Holy shit. Okay, so bit of a strange one really to mention, because I don't want to like fuck around with this sort of shit, because the problem I have is that has like it could because there are multiple ways you could look at this. The first, and it's probably one of the biggest one, is that Cat, how long has it been since Cat like left the house or went for like a walk or just tried to get some modicum of like well, not so much exercise, but I suppose again you could argue again, first off, what is the diet now? Because of what we know about how much Phil has spent on things like groceries, dining, microtransactions, federal taxes, mortgage, insurance, etc., etc., etc. Also, the amount of alcohol he's bought from March of 2020 to August of 2021. A lot of this can be put down to the fact that Cat's diet could be very high in salt, which could be the same for Phil. We have absolutely no idea in terms of how much fresh fruit and vegetables that both Phil and Cat eat on a daily basis. We have no point of reference to suggest about how much alcohol they consume on a weekly basis. We have no point of reference to suggest that maybe, just maybe, as this is just one of the many things that lockdown sort of resulted in, is because people didn't leave their houses for days at a time, that it just resulted in people just consuming and eating and eating and eating. Also because maybe Phil, in his own mind, thought that the only way to keep Cat by his side, to keep her satisfied, is by domesticating her with food. It's a very I've come to know, ladies and gentlemen, of a very toxic trait in toxic relationships, and that is the ability to pander to people via the use of domestication, aka food. Because, you know, if you keep somebody's mouth full of food, it means that they can't argue or pout or sneer or slouch in the way they would usually do. So if you keep them happy even very briefly, then that means that a lot of the problems of the world are solved, especially if you're the one covering the bill. I don't necessarily know because, again, the relationship between Phil and Kat is none of my business. But you do also sort of wonder, has Phil ever considered maybe the thought of, this is what he's doing to his wife? Is this the best way to do this? Why can't they just, I don't know, This is sort of like the, and again, this is no point of reference about whether or not Phil just does not seem to notice, or whether or not he's just sort of in his own little bubble thinking that everything's fine and this is Kat's responsibility. I mean, part of it you could say absolutely is Kat's responsibility because, again, in the same way, you know, okay, here's a good idea of how to like weigh this, ladies and gentlemen. When 2023 began, I can tell you absolutely for a fact, I weighed 18 stone. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of a comparison, because if I just stand up and I would just take my jacket off and stuff like that. I'm down to 13 stone, 2.5 pounds. And to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I think just looking at this light, I think I could probably stand to lose at least another 2 stone. Maybe that's what I think I could do. And personally, I think that's what it is. But it has to be said as well, ladies and gentlemen, high functioning autism or not, you know what? There are things as well you can do. And I'm sorry, but this is also a thing that happens when you get stuck with Phil and you lose tact and you lose focus. Is that, I'm sorry, but it's not right. It's got to be somebody's responsibility. And you know what? My physical condition, you know, everything like that, my financials, it is nobody else's responsibility but my own. And I'm sorry to say this to Jenna or to Kat or, you know, because I think there's a lot more to it than I'm probably guessing at this point more than anything. But the fact is that, you know what? If you're that unhappy, then do something about it. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that is going to do it for part 3 of the worst DSP gaming moments of 2022. Please make sure to leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below, because we want to know what you guys felt of Kat, and I can't get over that title, man. That was just mean. And it's time to pull out of the station once again. So, take care, and bye-bye for now.